Hello.
No, I'm just checking.
Hello? Oh. Oh. Ugh. No, that didn't work. Ouch. Why didn't it work? Now it worked. What is this? Now it works. Hello? Okay, it works. Good. That was very confusing. It just wouldn't transfer for some reason. Okay. It's first time for everything. Why are they complaining? It's Coda. Lads, it's Coda. I don't want to hear any more bitching and moaning. End of story. Oh, because the last time we did this, Apple, get in your car. The last time we did this, it was they were meant to be racing in Silverstone, but I said Coda because F2 was racing in Coda. Ooh. Yeah, that's probably why they're all traumatized. Can you send me a link of your stream? Oh, that's not a good sign. Let's see. Oh god, that was a loud ping. Can you actually? This is incredible. Okay. Right, where's your stream there? How do I even find this other ERO channel? Wait, do I have Discord on my iPad? Discord. I don't. Fuck. Um, oh, we even have a stream starting soon. This is very good. Oh, I love this. Okay, that would be good. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. I'm just making all the announcements. Class. Yeah. Okay, let me just tag everyone on this. Okay. So they can hear me in your stream as well, yeah? Hello and welcome to F3 with myself, Darius Mazahari, and the one and only Adam, Mr. Golden Flame Bradshaw, who has brought the spice this evening with an amazing overlay system, which we're all going to be in awe for the rest of the week. We're in Kota for round 6 of F3 in the Mystery Grand Prix. This is the second mystery track of the season. And, oh, the overlays don't work. Ah! And the overlays don't work. Yeah, the names aren't coming up. But I can put them. Yeah, Adam is literally. We're learning on the job here. As we have a few drivers starting to come out of the pits now at the moment. With the Alpha Tauri. Yes, sir. With the Alpha Tauri of Alex Theodore, the F3 F4 driver, first start to set a flying lap, I think. Or is the Ferrari ahead of him? No, it doesn't look like it. Alex raced in F4 last night, and he is going to be racing this evening. He's raced in every race this season so far in F3 and F4. Great stuff from him. So, Kota in the heart of Texas. Very interesting track. Loved by many. Not just used for F1, used for MotoGP and NASCAR, if I'm correct. 5.5 kilometers long. Normally 56 laps as Alex loses it on the run down to turn 20. The last corner. Tricky little traction, heavy zone into third gear, and he starts his flying lap, and we will ride on board with him. Up onto the run down to turn 1, putting the guards out into third or fourth gear. Elects for second, never mind me. Another traction heavy zone, then on the run down to the tricky S section here, going through turn 2. Placing the car and picking the right line is very, very important here. You have to kiss the curbs here. It goes through 4, 5, now up the hill onto 6. And now back on the run down to 7, and back up the hill onto 8 we go. Now another traction heavy zone here, as we see a little snap of oversteer from Alex, almost loses the car into turn 10 there. Now a very popular overtaking zone here onto turn 11. DRS will be activated on this long straight. None of the corners have names here as in the European circuits, so we will just have to make do with numbers. Now, DRS wide open, draining that battery as much as possible, coming into the tricky sector 2 here, which will make the tyres absolutely scream with their temperatures be burning hot. Hits that there, doesn't really hit it as well as he could have. Now, coming into 14, a tricky collection of corners here, very easy to lose the car if you're too greedy on the throttle. Now, up to 15 we go. Again, can be an overtaking zone if you're brave. Now, what was known as the curb of death, or the turn of death in the last F1 game, as you go through 16. This turn 17, this long swooping right-hander. It's a lot easier now with the new handling system from F1 23. Up to the final turn, turn 20. Takes that pretty well, if I do say so myself. And that's going to be a 135.920 as the Bard Tsunami has completed his qualifying ban. Good man yourself. First across the line. And that will be beaten as he is on the medium compound tyres. As Adam Matsuak in the Williams is currently on his lap, heading into sector 2 as Rob Knable sets a faster time by nearly over a second. So, very convincing stuff from the other Williams driver there. We have a lot of drivers on track at the moment. We're trying to find out who's actually finishing their lap. As Meilberg is starting his. It looks like the Alfa Romeo of, not Nick Hill, of the Bulgarian gentleman Christian Lubanov. Yeah. And he goes fastest again. Over 2 seconds faster than Alex. Ooh la la. Okay, so it didn't work. Your overlays are gone. Uh, oh, okay, so you'll have the stuff up.
Yeah.
You don't see weather. We want the weather. When it decides to. Ooh. I don't see this at all. I just don't see it. I'm looking. What do you mean storm 90%? Oh, it came up. Oh, the stream came up. Oh, that looks cool. That looks really, really cool. So they are anticipating rain in the next 15 minutes. So the rain will just miss quali. And there will be a lightning storm in 30 minutes' time. Will that affect the race? Only one to know. As Sparrow Maltby in the Mercedes goes provisional P1 with a 133.155. Great stuff from you. Still, majority of the field to set a lap as Marlborough goes PA at the moment. Isfod and Derry Phillips have not come out of the pits yet. Neither has Daniel Blackwell Skewslectic. I butchered that, I'm sorry. And everyone's favourite driver in ERO, Mr. Nick Hill. As we will ride on board with Vince Vincenza as he goes through the S's in Sector 1. Up to the hill we go. On to turn 8 and 9 now. The little kink that is turn 10. Bit of a wobble there from Vince coming on the exit of turn 11. As Apo, we are riding board with Apo Topo in the special stream, and that looks so cool, Adam. That looks really, really cool. As we will stay. It looks really cool. It looks really efficient, you know. Sorry, Vince, to ruin your moment of something. Yeah, that is true. That is true, actually. Can you make it bigger or smaller? Oh, okay. No, just curious, just curious. Oh, that looks really cool. Yeah, with the Alpine as well, it looks really, really cool. Anyway, Vince coming around turn 20 now. And what time will he set? Vince, a race winner already this season, winning in Silverstone. He's going to set a 134.4 flat. That's only good for P9 at the moment, though. I'm assuming no, Lucas is into the pits and Sparrow just completed his. But it looks like Sparrow is going to go around again. No. So why have they gone? Interesting. Darius currently 3/10 clear, as they are not on a lap either. Let's have a look and try and find someone. Apple just finished his lap. Fossey Fur could be on a lap. No. As it is that portion of quali now where a lot of drivers will elect to just go back into the pits and wait for the timer to run down. So currently in F3, I think Darius Bodian is leading the championship. I'm just going to double check that. We should know, but well, we are busy. We don't. Yeah, Darius Bodian is currently leading by 11 points against Christian Lubinov. He's on 48 points compared to Christian's 37, with Lucas Franiak on 31 points at the moment as well. So the battle for P1, 2 and 3 is still quite open as well, as Vince Vincenza is in 4th with 26 and Fossifer in 5th with 25. William Matthews, who hasn't raced, he's not racing this week, is also chasing the rest of the pack on 24 points. Then we have a bunch of drivers on 18 points, sorry. Adam Matsurak, Tony Mills, who's Malberg, and Callum Lyons, who's not racing today. So, all very close in that aspect. In regards to constructors, Alpine are currently 12 points ahead. Callum and Darius, top of the standings, followed by the Mercedes drivers of Lucas Safraniak and Sparrow Maltby. who are doing a fantastic job in F5 commentating, it must be said. Week in and week out, they are absolutely cooking. So, great stuff, lads. Keep it going. It'll be a bit of a mission, but I can. But you don't have my stream in your picture, though. You can do well. Yeah, can you put it on the background while you're being a wizard? You are a wizard, Adam. As we see, Derry Phillips go miles off the track. Yeah, I can imagine your computer's about to explode. As I'm assuming Sparrow is going to come into the pits now. It's 7 minutes remaining in qualifying. And it looks like the Alpine or Romanian driver is the man to beat at the moment. Still 5 drivers left to set a time, 4 excluding Ozan, Ahmed, Nick Hill, Isfad and Derry Phillips. Derry electing to only use 1 set of softs here. Coda is an interesting track. His tyre deck is very high around here. There's a bit of a wobble there from Agro Alfie, and that's going to invalidate his lap, and he was 6/10 up apparently. That is disgusting. Tyre deck is very, very high here, so you have to be quite spot on with the strategy. Otherwise, you're going to be in a bit of trouble. As Lucas Safraniak says, these laps are shameful in the chat on Discord. Somebody is obviously not too happy. We move on from that. Adam, your screen's gone black. It has. I think there's like a bit of technical wizardry required for it. As it looks like Apotopo is on a flying lap at the moment. He's just going through, he's just finishing up in Sector 1. Now midway into Sector 2, here we go. Into turn 10. No, 11, sorry, I beg your pardon. Turn 11, DRS wide open in the Alpine, which he is reserving in today. And I think that's Alfie in the Ferrari letting Apo through with no issues there on the straight. Good to see that. Always nice to see clean drivers and people who are aware of their surroundings. Bit of traffic though ahead of Apo with an Aston Martin and an Alfa Romeo ahead of him. Now, through the tricky turn 15, now up to 16, and the kink that is 17, this long swooping right-hander. And 18 is actually part of that complex of turns as well. As Ahmed is retired from the session, thank God he hasn't left it because he's the host, and Apo is going to set a 133.198, improves by almost 0.3 of a second, which keeps him P4 for the moment. Only 400ths away from P3. As Fossifer, I can't imagine he's on a lap. We'll go down further down the field to Malberg, who's invalidated his lap, and he's going to be diving into the pits, one would assume. Now Derry Phillips about to set his lap attempt, his first of the day. There's only 4 minutes to go. He's left it quite late to set a lap. He has to make sure not to invalidate here. We'll have to go back around. On the run up to turn 1, where George Russell and Carlos Sainz did a bit of dancing a few years ago, as, oh my god, Derry decides to try and drift around turn 1. And he is going to continue with the lap though. Through the S section we go. Through turns 3, 4, 5 and up to 6. Now on to 7. Again, up a lot of gradient changes here. Up to 8 we go. He's probably going to invalidate from that. He is, unfortunately for him. So as we said, he's left it quite late, so he's going to have to go around again. But he's still pushing, and he hasn't turned the battery on. So, Derry, if you're listening, yeah, I think he's got on now. Oh. Well, that would be a red flag under normal conditions. But the less said the better about that from Derry. As it looks like we have a few drivers now on the track. Christian Lubinov in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo had a stinking qualifying session today in real life. Absolutely stinking. Zhou Guan Yu in P20. As Yeast says, our stream is yeah, the screen is still black, Adam. Yeah. No, well, it's a good experiment, isn't it? No, it's okay. There's only 2 minutes left in quality. You've got loads of time. So, you have time, you know. As the drivers are saying, it's going to be a wet race, as Christian Lubinov is... I don't know what Christian's doing here. He's mowing the grass in Kota. As we see now, because I was not looking at my phone, Christian has started his final lap now. Can he top Darius Bodian and get P1 here? That is the main question. Going through up to turn 8. I'll learn these turns eventually. Through 9, now up to 10 we go. Down the hill, that beautiful shot of Charles Leclerc's Ferrari last year was taken with the sun setting behind him and the massive Texas flag in the background. Through oh god, well, that's Christian's qualifying over by the looks of it, unfortunately, as he has a bit of a moment on the exit of 11. And we will focus now on Fossifer, who's starting his final lap. Let's try to see if there's a driver who's close to finishing. Adam Matsiuk is 3/10 up on his time going into turn 20 now. What can he do? How much can he improve by? He improves by 7/10 up to P7. Amazing stuff from him. Nick Hill on a lap. But it looks like the two Ferraris are on their laps. Vince Vincenzo is almost 2/10 up on his time. That's what it says for me. Agro Alfie Farnworth, who recently joined ERO. Oh, as Vince invalidates, unfortunately for him. And he does go, that is at the moment the fastest lap with a 1:32.507. Goes. Fossifer also invalidated. Now we go on to Sparrow Maltby here, who has not invalidated, into the last corner. What can they do? Sparrow with a chance of pole position here. Is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it. It's going to be good enough for P3. Only improves by 16 thousandths of a second. Apotolpo, never mind. Adam Matsiuek, also 6/10 up in his, or down in his time. What was... Oh no, it's the Gran Turismo thing, and that will be qualifying done and dusted. With Agro Alfie, who only declared late that he was able to race, has gone P1. Great stuff from them. So what overlays do you have on the cool stream? Yeah. The That's cool. That's cool. No, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Adam is our tech wizard on the admin team. As Matthew cannot commentate tonight because he can't take the stupid game servers anymore. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch in Texas, Agro Alfie has gone P1 for this race with Darius Bodine in second, Sparrow Maltby in third, Fossifer, Furquan, Imitaz in P4, Apotopo, Lucas Safraniak, Milberg, I keep forgetting your name, I'm sorry, Adam Matsuyua, Christian Lubinov, Alex Teeter running at our top 10, Vince Vincenza, Daniel Blackwolf, Rob Knabel, Rafael Medrios, Lex Hod, Nick Hill running out those who set a time, with Derry Phillips, Isfod, and the Bard Tsunami not setting any time. Looks like I'll be doing F2 as well. As Texas floods, baby! Oh my god. Inters, or is it going to be full wets? Oh, by the way, that curry slapped. That curry absolutely slapped. Yeah. Do you know when you put like a bit of cumin seeds? Oh man, it's so easy to make. A bit of cumin seeds. So the tip is, first of all, buy a rice cooker. It will make your life incredibly easy, and you will seem like an Asian man. You will become Asian overnight if you buy a rice cooker. Secondly, buy cumin seeds, toast them on a pan, like with a bit of oil, then put them into the water, and they come out, and it comes out just like peeler rice. You can do it without toasting them. But anyway, 5 red lights. Enough about the talk. The cooking action has stopped, and it is lights out, and away they go. Alfie really pushing here. They're all on inters by the looks of it. He manages to keep the position. Darius Bowden has the inside line though onto turn 1. Manages to snatch the position away from Alfie. Alfie makes a bit of contact with the back of Darius's car. And that is Sparrow Maltby around. Oh my god. As Christian Lubinov gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. What has happened there? Absolute carnage happening. Oh my god. As Blackwolf is retired from the session, and that's going to bring out the safety car. We're not even through one sector, boys. As we can see on Adam's stream, Storm is an 90% chance in 5 minutes time. Light rain after 15 minutes for the rest of the race. So it is going to be a wet race. Interesting. I love that. That's an amazing overlay, by the way. Oh, Nicky. So, having a look at the drivers who've made the best start there. The Bards, well, Fossifer's just gotten a 3-second time penalty. The Bard Tsunami is up 12 positions after receiving qualifying ban. As a big middle finger to the admin team, I think that is there. Great start from him, it must be said. Laggy Racer, Rob Knabel up 7. Isfod, Nick Hill, Bios, and Med all up 4, with Milberg and Vince Vincenza up 3. Agaralfi down 1 from that start as Darius to have the inside line, and Sparrow with the biggest loser down 12 positions. Christian Lubinov is going to try and serve some of those penalties in the pits, I'm assuming. Oh. Interesting. Ah. This is really cool. As Lucas Safraniak does have wing damage, he's probably going to head into the pits. And just like that, we have 3 drivers into the pits already. Everyone on the inters currently. Will that change to full wets? as we have 5 drivers into the pits currently. Adam, Alex, Derry, Nick, and Lucas. As Lucas is making up positions in the pits, though, I don't think they changed his front wing, did they? Well, they must have. The pit crew down in Mercedes. As Christian Lubinov now has retired. Yeah. Interesting enough, yeah. So, big things for the championship. This is a good moment for Darius Bodine to really stretch away that lead he has now, and to put one foot on that title. What is Crystal tagging me in? He has sent me an emoji. Oh, okay, thank you, Crystal. Oh, because he wants me to commentate F2. That's why. I just got. I'm going to start charging for this. As we're just going to have to wait for these drivers to slowly make their way around. And yeah, I'm just going to ask Crystal to delay it too. No, it's ref for the whole race, isn't it? I'm delaying the start by 10 minutes. As nothing is really happening on track at the moment. In this thing. I like the way you said it's like, in this, let's have a look at this thing. Never. I would never bully you. I wouldn't be able to bully you. You'd bully me back too badly. Yeah. Yeah, well, Mercedes are quite in the dogs at the moment, aren't they? Where did they finish this morning for qualifying? Were they even Q2? Yeah, not cooking, reverse cooking. Spoiling. The opposite of cooking is spoiling your food, isn't it? So, yes, these things do happen for Mercedes. It seems like I'd love to see if Max went to Mercedes now, because they have such a shitbox of a car. And what would actually happen, you know? Like, obviously he wouldn't dominate the way he is, but would they be doing better than they currently are? It's hard to say. As the safety car is in this lap, and we can stop talking nonsense about Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, since that doesn't seem to be an issue anymore. Not for another few years anyway. Well, saying that if Lewis was in the Ferrari, it'd be quite interesting. Anyway, Darius is going to get us off. Restarting this. That sounded really bad as I think about it. As he is bringing the field to a standstill here as the safety car is entering the pit lane. And he hasn't gone yet. Safety car is in the pits now, and he's gone quite early before turn 18. Has he caught Alfie sleeping? He hasn't really. Well, he hasn't caught him not sleeping either. Yeah, everyone. That was almost like an AI restart, wasn't it? Like on career mode. I'm playing a lot of career mode at the moment because I'm learning how to play this game on wheel. On the run up to turn one, anyways, you see the safety car parking behind the pit lane. Bard Tsunami and Rob Kennable gets the move. Ozan on it like a car bonnet with Alex Theodore and Adam Matsuyak fighting further down the field for P14. Alex having to concede the position for now. Into the S's they go with a lovely helicopter shot. It's like it's obligatory as a commentator to say lovely helicopter cam, lovely helicopter view, because we wish we had more of it in this game. And you're actually seeing everything right now. It looks really, really good. Yeah, you can only hope as well. Track limits will be an issue today. Ooh, as we see Adam and Lucas Safraniak getting very close to each other on the run into turn 11. Adam having the inside line, the two Polish men keeping it very clean, as Lucas has a bit of a wobble on the exit of 11. That's going to compromise him. I don't think he's got a wet setup on, maybe. As there obviously is no DRS at the moment. Side by side we go on the run down to 12. With Alex just being that, yeah, just being a bit later on the brakes, isn't he? That's all that matters, as long as they're clean. Good enough for you, good enough for me. As Lucas is really struggling for traction, isn't he? And the exits here. Oh dear. And lap times are dropping rapidly as... Oh my god. What chaos are we seeing here? There's a lot of banging here and a lot of touching. Kissing, should we say. Yeah, further up the field. I'm just going to go into the tyres. Yeah, it was the Bard Tsunami, I think. So further up the field, not a lot of distance separating each driver here, with less than a second separating the top 6. So there would be a DRS train if DRS was activated. Again with the lovely helicopter cam. As we see the drivers going through turn 1, we see Agro Alfie going miles off the track there on the exit of 9. And now that looks like the Haas of Meilberg, who's quite compromised by the Bard Tsunami. And oh, as it does a lovely switchback on him there. Meilberg switching back there on Ozan, and he manages to keep the position. That was beautiful. Lovely stuff. Apo Tolpo having a steady little race. I think he got a podium here last week in F3. I think so, yeah. As Adam and Isfod now are fighting further around the field, and Ozan and Meilberg are fighting yet again through turn 12. As we will ride on board with Meilberg here, and he's going to have to follow the Bard Tsunami for a few corners, at least this sector, as Lucas and Alex are still fighting further down the field. Sparrow and Bios now. Sparrow looking to make ground after that poor start from him. Then, apologies, I have to charge my phone. Derry Phillips hasn't really made much ground, as the Bard Tsunami is now up to 3rd position, as Nick Hill gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits, unfortunately for him. Agro Alfie now. He really is. Well, he's been very quick all season, to be honest with you. I can't even run away with F5, mate. As a matter of splashing water all over myself. That's very intelligent. Yeah, that's a life issue. That's Fossey for in P2 at the moment. Who was it last season in F5? It was Junaid Yassin, who was drifting on turn 10 in Bahrain. You know, the left-hander before the... he drifted every single time because he watched the esports do it. I have no idea to do it, but like, you know. Yeah. As it looks like Nick Hill is quite slow for some reason at the back of the field. He might have span around. It's a bit of time to catch up for him. We've lost 2 drivers so far in F3. 6 laps in, 22 laps to go. I think so, yeah, as Nick Hill has lost the car, and that is going to bring out the safety car again. So, 2nd instance for Bernd Mailander to drive around this beautiful Circuit of America's track. They're talking about getting rid of this circuit, you know that? Apparently they're talking getting rid of it and putting in another street track. I think it's Chicago. I agree, yeah, 100%. In my opinion, this produces a better race. Okay, Silverstone and Brazil probably produce the best races of the season in real life. But like, this track is just beautiful. It's so technical, and it's kind of like, it's sneakily technical. Do you know what I mean? Because it has the S's in sector one, and then sector two, you just burn. You just the tires are screaming. There's a lot to do here. Saying that, as we see Fossey for, yeah, I think Fossey for just trying to sell the dummy there. Actually, interesting stuff. As we do see Lex Hod and Lucas Safraniak both diving into the pits. Yeah, well, this is the thing. If you jump into the safety car, you do save about 10 to 15 seconds on your pit times. 3 drivers in the pits. Derry Phillips as well, all going into fresh intermediates. I think I saw in a different league. I saw Lightning in Kota before. I think so. Oh, is it just PC? I think it was Singapore. It was either Singapore or Kota, and it was obviously full west. It was F4 last season in ERO. I think there was it full wet? Yeah, because myself and Jack Bailey. Well, we won't talk about it, but there was tears. And yeah, that looks so cool, man. That looks great. And now would be the opportune time to do so. As we can see, Alfie 18% on the rears and 13% on the fronts. That's class. That's very, very good. Oh, it can tell you the temperature. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it tells you the temperature. Yeah, that's... We're like cavemen discovering fire. We're like, break temperature? Break temperature! I know, yeah. Wow, grape. Yes. With the time machine. So, 3 drivers gone after 7 laps. Will we see any more DNFs? That is the question. Adam, who's currently in a fight in F2 for the Driver and Constructors Championship, with his good friend and teammate Jean-Christophe Goring. I think Constructors is your main goal, right? You said letting him win. Yeah. You won PC F3 in season 9? Yes. Yeah. But a title's a title. You still got to keep it on the track. It's in the past. You've got your champion role, don't you? Yeah, that's all that matters. I have my champion role too, and so does Jack. Can't take it away. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. ERO really developing at the moment now with 2 full Gran Turismo 7 tiers. Some shameless pouting of that at the moment. For anyone who plays Gran Turismo 7, we are cooking with a 1-hour endurance race around Circuit de la Sarthe, also known as the Le Mans Circuit, with 24x time. As we see, Darius going to neutral for some reason. 24x time speed up, so there will be basically a day and night race. And just having a look at the forecast for the rest of this race, there might be a dry spell on the way towards the end of this race. But the rain is easing up at the moment. Our worries about full wets are not to be found accurate. as the safety car is in this lap. And the Alpine Romanian driver will lead us again through it, navigating his way through these little curves in Sector 2. Have you ever seen like the Italian commentators when a Ferrari driver wins? Oh, okay, well there's YouTube shorts on it. They're amazing, yeah? But when Pierre Gasly won for Alpha, what was it, AlphaTauri? When he won in Monza for AlphaTauri, you should hear the French commentary. It's just as good. You know, like, I don't understand a word that's going on, but I'm like, damn, I can feel the nation just being happy about this. As Darius Bodin has gone midway through the corner. Curva. No, not Curva, that sounds bad. It is, but it is Curva, isn't it? Oh, what was that? As Vince Vincenzo's lost quite a few positions there. I think he went very, very wide in the exit of 20. And Sparrow up to P9 now. Great stuff from them. And Med as well, leading this pack of 3 into turn 1. Ooh. Nice. Well, these are 2 reserve drivers. There's a McLaren of bias behind Lex Hod, another F4 driver. With Lucas Safrania getting frustrated here. He's being held up, clearly, by the looks of it. With Derry Phillips now up to P15. Isfad down to P16. He is exposed. Well, Fossifer not being Fossifer keeping with Darius for the moment, and Ozan as well. The Bard Tsunami, as Lex Hogg makes his way up to P12. The Bard Tsunami also staying within the 1 second. Agralfi and Milberg getting very close here. With, it looks like Milberg having a bit of a lockup into turn 11 as Alfie makes a contact with the rear of Milberg's car. And they're going to go side by side again here through these collection of corners, and I don't think it's a great idea, but we'll see what happens. The stewards in this tier, Bastian Vries and Cameron Dunn, will be busy if carnage is to ensue. And Alfie is sniffing the gearbox of Milberg. There's a yellow flag, and that looks like Derry Phillips has lost his front wing, and that brings us up to another sector. Wow. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't like to give penalties for resetting the track unless it's really dangerous. Do you know what I mean? And if they're stuck to it, of course. As Sparrow and Alex both into the pits for what will probably be their last pit stop, along with Derry too. As Derry is probably going to retire now, I'm assuming. Yeah. Unfortunately for them, that's their day over. So Sparrow and Alex are going to be on fresh tyres here, and they're going to be hunting down this pack, hoping to make some good gains. That is so cool with the penalty graphic. Oh, yeah, no driver number 12. Still, that is really cool. Yeah, no, I know, that's class though. And Fossifer is getting very close here to the Bard Tsunami. I don't know what's going on between these two. As I don't know what has just happened there. I think maybe the Bard Tsunami accidentally overtook him. Hard to say. As I'm assuming the safety car will be in this lap as the whole pack is caught up. Having a look at the weather forecast, another 15 minutes at least of rain. After that, it is potentially going to dry up. With 18 laps to go, and I have to do F2 straight after this. And what time are we at? Oh, because it goes from green to yellow, right? Oh. That's class. Yeah. Yeah. Has been pit now in 9 laps, so Mm-hmm. It's almost like you got the data, like, you know, like usually when they like go to, what's his name, Ted. What's Ted's second name? I was gonna say Bundy for a second. It's not Ted Bundy. Ted Kravitz or Karun Chandok. It's like it's flashing up on the screen now. As the safety car will go around one more lap. Um, I have to say, like, it's very good when Jack and myself do commentary, because we've done so much commentary together, that the ebb and flow is great. So like he knows that when I'm about to finish a sentence and then he can start, and vice versa. Like we've really got a good gig going there on Friday nights with F4. Um, it would actually be class to have the three of us on and doing this. I think that'd be really, really cool. No, but like, yeah, obviously gonna take part, like. Yeah, no, that sounds class. I'm gonna show Jack this afterwards, and that's very interesting. Jack, we need you back in F5 because we are losing this Ferrari constructors title to those Haas terrorists. I mean, drivers. So, the sooner you get back, the better, mate. Apparently, he's going to be back next week for Austria, which is another special event. It's our third of the season. He's back on Wednesday as well for Le Mans. Have you seen like how crazy it looks? Has Jack ever shared the screen with you? No. It's amazing. No, but like as he goes into the showroom, yeah, and you can literally just see inside the car, and you can look at everything. It's amazing. On PC, yeah. It's kind of scary as well. Like, I think you'd feel how fast you're going. Yeah. As the safety car is going to be in again now. Third restart. I accidentally had my force feedback too high up in GT. Crashed the car and the wheel just snapped in the other direction. And then I realized, like, okay, that's a game. Imagine when that happened to Daniel Ricciardo. That's how easy you can break your hand. So Darius has went on turn 18 once. He's went before once. Yeah, with the glitch. The exploit. This exploit. It's smart. It's smart. Hasn't gone yet though. Going very late this time, really mixing it up. So he's gone. As Vince has been overtaking Lucas Safraniak, what's gone there? As he has gone now, hasn't really caught Fossifer sleeping, and Fossifer is gaining on the run into turn 1. Fossifer selling the dummy. No, that wasn't a great restart now by all means. And what is going on further down here? Sparrow with those brand new tyres sails past Isvod. So does Alex Theodore as well. Everyone seems to be safe after that restart. No collisions or deaths just yet. Agro Alfie right on the back of Weilberg. These two have been fighting for a long time now. And keeping it pretty smooth as well. And clean, Rob Knebel with a great view for this battle between the Ferrari and the Haas drivers. There's going to be a lot of slipping and sliding. Apotolpo on the back of Rob Knebel here. Doesn't get a better exit than him though. Speaking of it, as Adam Matsiuek has lost it. And guess what that brings out? You do realise this is the last safety car, isn't it? Well, it's 5. Yeah, so... No, it's not 4 of each. I think it's 5 in total. I think it's good. So, like, if you have 2 VSCs and then 3 safety cars, that's it, I think. But yeah. This is the window to pit, unfortunately, for Adam. Well, you're the expert here, you know. You're the F1 savant. Yeah, but you're the proper expert. I am the expert in talking shite during safety cars, as Vince Vincenzo and Lexod do elect to pit. However, the top, yeah, the top 8 though, the top 11 not pitting. Interesting. As Vince Vincenzo has gone to the soft compound tires, has he had a moment? No, BIOS is on the hards. Ooh la la. Which this safety car will go around at least lap in. Vince with an interesting gamble onto the softs. Lex with an even more interesting gamble onto the hards. And speaking of Lex, oh, we just caught that on stream. Oh, perfectly timed moments. So light rain for another few more minutes, then it is going to be overcast. Excellent. Content. That is it. "12 laps. There were storms here apparently. I know. Skill issue changing the strategy. As nothing else really happening now. This is a bit of a saving grace for Vince though, because it gives him a chance to nurture those soft tires and not slide around the track and still suffer a similar fate that Lex did. As for some reason, Isfad is yeah, that's gonna be the outlier, isn't it? Well, the problem is now you can't pit unless you're Isfad. Isfad can pit here onto mediums, but the rest of the field just can't pit. Maybe Sparrow, maybe Alex if they're brave. And speak of the devil, Alfie, he is into the bits as you said. Going to gamble. On to the slicks. What is it going to be? Oh la la. Adam rubbing his hands in anticipation of the next disaster. Rightio, what are we going to see here? Interesting enough though, the top 7 haven't pit at all this whole race. Well, I didn't see it. Glasses and mustache emoji with the nose galore. Maybe he has. Maybe they're in a party together. Well, Vince he has won in Silverstone this season after a chaotic race there. That's great. It's a good chance to win the race. Yeah, agreed. Now, Vince is going to have to stop again, surely, because the deg in those softs is not going to last half the race. And Alfie, yeah, agreed. But Alfie, on the other hand, wow, Alfie's put himself in a very interesting spot. If he can weather the storm, no pun intended, of the next few laps as it dries up, he's going to give himself a great opportunity to win this race. Adam is racing in F2 momentarily. I can't actually see the time. They've got 5 minutes. Oh, okay, so you're going to go in a few minutes. Gustav Schubert, our lobby host for F2. Loves a good report. Oh, there's a bit of chaos now as drivers have to dive out of the way. Nobody seems to get any damage from that, but that was a bit chaotic as Maverick overtakes Rob Knable. He's got to get that position back. He wants to avoid a penalty. As we're seeing the beautiful telemetry of Agro Alpha. That is an amazing overlay, honestly. Oh, it's really good. It's really, really good. It just looks so much cleaner than the natural telemetry. Anyway, Darius has gone very early this time, before turn 18 even, and he comes up to 20. Those tyres are really screaming now. They're really weathered. You can tell that he's drifting around corners. Fossifer has been kind of caught. Not sleeping per se, but he hasn't been caught unawares as the Bard Tsunami rapidly gaining. Lucas Safraniak making positions on Ahmed here. And here comes Alex Theodore sticking his nose where it's not wanted from these two drivers' perspective. Trying to get up to P8. Lucas up to P6. Apo down to P7. The two dry compounds stone last. Right, interesting stuff here. Yeah, I think they've just been a bit premature, haven't they, with the restart? Or they changed the tyres, sorry. Looks to be a bit too early. It has stopped raining though, from what we can tell, so their grip is going to improve dramatically. But if you are Vince here, you kind of have to wonder, did you pit onto the right compounded tyre? As we can see, Alfie almost losing the car there before the entry of 11. Further up the field, Lucas Safraniak on a charge at the moment. As Alex Theodore gets past Ahmed and Lucas gets past Rob Canable. Great stuff from them. Mileberg and the Bard Tsunami going side by side here through 13. Bard Tsunami going very far wide off the track. Mileberg coming in position. As Lucas makes a dive here, side by side with Ozan. Great stuff from the two of them. Kept very clean. There's a little bit of jolting there. Could be desync. It looked like Lucas lost the car on the exit as well, and that's going to give Ozan the position back. Hopefully it's not going to compromise him. Yeah, just gets pipped as you said. However, this battling between Lucas and Ozan as Sparrow gets past Raphael has let Malberg... Oh? What happened? Pit lane tire bomb. Okay. I thought something happened. I don't know, I just thought something happened. I was like, what was going on? As Alex and Apo now are going to go side by side, the two F4 drivers on the way up to turn 1. Alex on the inside going to get the position. Yeah, it's definitely time, as Ozan is also changing his front wing. And, well, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Yeah, I'm enjoying the overlays. I'm enjoying having you here. It's great. It's all very good. I think next season we'll have commentators in GT7 as well, or at least one commentator, maybe for tier 1. It's looking like 3 tiers at the moment, the way it's going. You know, well, if the rate of progression is the same as it is now, you know, Sparrow Mulpy, has to be said, after disastrous start, is back up to 8th, as Alex is now up to P5. Has all of their battery left. 4 safety cars later, all the way back up to P8. Has relatively fresher intermediates than the people ahead of him. So their strategy is all going to be the same. So in about 2 laps time, they're all going to be pitting for slicks. And then we got to see, where does Alfie come out? The Bard Tsunami as well. Are they going to be the outlier here to tell us how dry the track is and how much grip the slick tires have? It's a bit of spray coming from the racing line, but nothing too crazy. Saying that, Darius Bodine does set the fastest lap of the race. We will see with Vince Vincenza. Alex Theodore pips into that now. Vince Vincenza will tell us. Yeah, it's really saying the track's really ramping. Our expert analysis there from Mr. Golden Flame. As the weather forecast does say, overcast from here on to the end of the race, or for the next 60 minutes. I can't imagine this race will go another 60 minutes. Alex Theodore with a 3-second time penalty for track limits. It's going to be a bit of a disaster for them, as we will bring up the penalty board here, and you see Fossifer, Zafraniak, Theodore and Kinebo all with 3 seconds. No other driver on the slicks just yet, as Adam said. Maybe the next lap or 2. The big delta is beginning to form here between some of the drivers. 3 seconds separating Yeah. And then almost 2 seconds between Darius and Furquan. Interestingly enough. Ahmed closing into the back of Sparrow Maltby. On the run down to turn 12. Mm-hmm. As we have lost the laggy racer, I'm trying to find him. Tell me he's on my friends list. I have too many friends in this game. Like, of course. I can't find him. Rah. I actually can't find Laggy Racer. I can't invite him back in. Oh, I can't find him. Oh, that's a disaster. As Isfod's just we come back now. Isfod's got a 3-second time penalty. Darius on to the medium compound tyres. Isfod and well, Robbie's ghosted car. Oh god. It's all gone wrong here. As Vince interesting stuff here. Adam, what's your EA? What does he mean? He doesn't have EA. Only Steam. As DRS is now enabled, and we see a regular driver is diving into the pits. What's your Steam? Oh god. Okay. Well, there as the Bard Tsunami now does set the fastest lap of the race. Adam, do you want to hop over to thingy? To F2 because they're about to start. Yeah, cool. No worries. Adam, the GOAT Bradshaw, going to stay with us for a little while longer. As we see Ahmed on 18 lap old intermediates. As now I am paying attention again to the screen. Yeah, that's quite crazy. And at the moment it's a Mercedes 1-2, but that's going to change in a few seconds as both these drivers, they're probably going to have to end up double stacking, unfortunately for them. Yeah. Agreed. And Ahmed has just overtaken Zafraniak. A bit of it is Bono's got to Ferrari. He's on gardening leave. And then, interestingly enough, Darius Bodine is he going to have DRS here? He's not. Oh god. At least but he's behind Sparrow, so that's okay. Yeah, so it's not a disaster for Sparrow. Bios has left the session. Interestingly enough, let's try and get you back Why can't I find him? Okay, I managed to invite BIOS back in. Apple Tupple. Apple Tupple. What's your what's your stream ID, Adam? Rob wants to know it. Steam. You sent it to him in the F3 chat because he's looking to get back into the race. Yeah. Rob Canabo. It's in the F. Just put it in the F3 chat. What? Oh, for God's sake. Alfie, no way. The two of us have just been looking at our phones. Apologies to the viewers. We're just about to start a fight with Laggy Racer here because he's getting sassy with us in the chat. Yeah, that's agreed. And but his car's already pitted. So that's quite nice, isn't it? They've done all the work for him. No. No, they haven't started yet. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You will cook, and we will be following you closely on board. Which the ballerinaing in the mystery track that you have, which we can actually reveal on stream, they're going to go in 3 minutes. They're starting in 3 minutes, which will be Belgium. Yeah, as Agro Alfie has now left the session. Oh well, they're gone anyway, so it doesn't matter. So any driver to finish the race at this point will score points today. As Darius Bodine has entered the pits now, and I think they're thinking it's time for softs. Yeah, interesting enough. Alex Theodore as well, and Apple Topol as he's. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a shootout at the end. Yeah, don't worry. I've got you protected. As it looks like Rob Knable is back. Is that correct? He doesn't look ghosted anymore anyway, so. Yeah. As Steeman Van Skiak is talking absolute shite here. I'm just going to say to one more bit of nonsense and you're getting temp mute. It just doesn't stop at this point. It doesn't stop. The circus goes on, and you would have to think at this point now, has Darius Bodine made a slight mistake pitting for the softs? Hmm. Let's go to the pit wall with Adam. Because you've got all the data and everything up. I love it. Well, Ted Kravitz is a very sassy man in front of us. Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, if you haven't watched the documentary yet about Braun GP on Disney Plus, I would thoroughly recommend watching it because, you know, I'm sure you're familiar with the story of Braun and how they became Mercedes, right? No. Okay. So, Adam, you still there? Okay. Oh no, I wasn't sure. I just didn't hear anything. So, no. So, Braun, Ross Braun was the head of this team, and he bought the team from Honda for £1 in inverted commas. They were known as the £1 team. Jenson Button then won the first 6 out of 7 races. It's an amazing watch. It's like 4 parts long, the documentary, an hour each. And Keanu Reeves is actually the host of it. Someone you wouldn't expect to be. Yeah, but and he's like really enthusiastic about the sport and everything. Do you know what I mean? The way he talks, and he's just happy to like listen to these people speak. Uh, yeah, he has. He has. I think he was in Coda last year, wasn't it? Yeah. Could be Coda or Miami. By the way, Miami's a very cheap Grand Prix to go to. That and Imola. The track is cheap to go to. Everything else is. Hungary's the cheapest one. But you can get tickets for. You can get. I got tickets for Imola last year for €79 for the weekend. This is the thing, though. Yeah. That'd be class. Can you imagine like landing in Austria and then like renting out some kind of decent car and just driving to Hungary to Budapest? Oh, banger! Yeah. As Apo Tolpo has overtaken Rob Knebel under safety car conditions. Very strange there. Fossifer will lead us off. Yeah, that'd be get gold on it. I'm going to Monza next year, 100%. Was going to go this year, but decided against it because, well, you know why? Because Lewis is going to be in a Ferrari next year, isn't he? So, oh, we're going to go crazy. So safety car is in. Now it's up to Fossey for Kwan when he decides to go, and he goes midway between turns 18 and 19. Now entry turn 20, keeping it quite clean. There seems to be a lot of grip on the track now, though. Yeah. Now, Darius Bodine, is he going to make a move onto Sparrow-Moppy? He is doing so, lunging in there. Really not get... Oh, what happened there? Oh, God. That's what it looked like. As well, so Sparrow and Safraniak both getting murdered by Alex Theodore by the sounds of it. And that puts Darius Bodine up back into the podium places. Now he's right on the gearbox of Mileberg here, going through the end of Sector 1 now. He's using a bit of battery to already get ahead. DRS is not activated just yet, so this is just going to be some old-fashioned racing just for a little while. Looking at the inside line, almost making contact with the gearbox there of Mileberg. Yeah, very clean. Full wet and spa. Oh god. Rob Knebel up to P8. What happened to the Barn Tsunami? He's down to P9. Oh, because he pit, didn't he? He pit prematurely, wasn't that? Anma gets a 3-second time penalty. There's a little bit of switchback there in Rob Knebel. That was quite nice. As Rob Knebel comes right back at him, though, says, "Give me that back, son." Vince Vincenza now as well, making a pace. Oh god. Fossey for setting the class slap of the race, immediately seated by Darius. Oh god. I have Apple Topal. I've just muted Thiemann because I've had enough of his shit. It doesn't matter. He's seen the screenshot, he'll stop. Oh god, he's actually still. I will mute you if you don't stop. Anyway, focusing on F3 here because I turned my phone off. Vince Vincenzo getting close. Zafraniak and Theodore battling here into Sector 2 on the run down to 13 and 14. So, interestingly now, can Fossifer hold on for the win? He won't actually win this race though, because he does have a time penalty of 3 seconds. So, it looks like this is Modine's to lose. And it's now a question of the battle of P2. Go for it. Oh my god. But he's still typing. No, I actually have to mute him now. How do you mute him? Timeout. Is it timeout, is it? Timeout, okay. Now he's muted. Sebastian Vries says Apo Topo's going to win the F4 and F3 championship. And Darius Bodine has just made a move for the lead. He's going to win this on track. Interesting enough, because he wants to battle for P2. He wants to keep P2. Well, he's 3 seconds. He needs to make that up, though, which I don't think he's going to do. I don't think he's got the pace for it. Apo Topo rapidly closing in on Milberg, though. Yeah. As Kalle Pukinen is now getting angry at Thiemann as well. Further down the track, Lucas Safrania closing in on Ahmed. He's going to have DRS now, along with the driver behind him and the 2 drivers in front of him, hoping to make his way back up to at least P4. That would be Lucas's ideal, wouldn't be ideal, but it'd be realistic attempt here or finishing position. Apo Topo very close to the back of Malberg. Malberg's going to be very exposed. There's a lot of drivers shaking in the exit at turn 20. Apo Topo with DRS, not really burning the battery though, electing to save it for another attack later on, which is quite smart. Malberg with no battery left essentially. He's going to be a bit of a sitting duck in this next straight with the older tyres as well. Apo does have to bring out a 3-second gap though, as the Bard Tsunami now sets the fastest lap of the race on the first mediums. That will be their victory of the day. Fossifer has broken away from Milberg over 3 seconds, so he will be safe now for P2. Letting Darius Bodine go was apparently the right decision. No fighting. No time lost. And we will ride on board here with Lucas Safraniak as he begins to make his ascent. Closing in on Ahmed, Rafael Medeiros, our lovely host here, does a great job as Sparrow gets past Rob. And Milberg and Apple are fighting further up the field. Apple getting a bit impatient now, wants to get this move done before the last lap, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Safraniak and Ahmed also fighting. So there's a 4-way battle at the moment. Actually 5-way from P3 to P7 essentially, with Alex Theodore waiting in the wings to collect any positions from Chaos. And Ahmed losing a bit of time to Safraniak in front of him. Alex Theodore is keeping closely with him as we enter the last lap of this race. And it has to be said, Darius Bodin has been clinical here. He's been very, very good. Well done to him. As long as he keeps it on track now for these last two sectors of the race, it's been amazing stuff. Yeah, it has. And Adam, you have been a treat to have in the commentary booth. Yeah. Wow. Look, I actually don't mind doing commentary. It's fun. Apple Topo though. I do need. I wouldn't mind getting one sometime. Working 5 days a week, like basically 12 hours a day, is not fun. NHS dentistry. I know I am. It is what it is. Is Vince Vincenza gets a 3-second time penalty? Was that his first? It was his first. It's not going to actually affect him too much. Well, it's going to cost him P6, but it won't cost him P7. As we will ride on board with our race winner. He's been clinical. He's led nearly every single safety car restart apart from one. Amazing stuff from him. And that's going to be all she wrote in F3 today as Fossifer decides to bin his car over the line. So does Apo. Malberg up to P3. Apo P4. Lucas Safraniak P5. Sparrow with a decent recovery up to P7. And we will be shortly heading over as quali is underway in F2. No, you've dipped, it's all good. You're well within your right to do so. I'm just going to quickly wait to catch the race director. Darius Bodin will be joining us. Well, best of luck in the race, mate. Yeah, you too, buddy. You too, buddy. And you go and slap it out there. Just filing confirmation of the standings here. Darius Bodin P1, Fossey for P2, Malberg P3. That's our podium finishers. Apo Topo, Lucas Ferniak, Rafael Medros, Sparrow Maltby, Vince Vincenza, Alex Theodore, and Rob Knable round out the top 10. The Bard Tsunami, Isfad, and Agra Alfie round out our finishers, I think. Nope. Agaroffi didn't finish. With Alfie Bios, Adam Matsuek, Derry Phillips, Nick Hill, Christian Lubinov, and Daniel Blackwolf not finishing. Having a quick look at the race director here. Lots of incidents, so maybe this will save somebody. So doing it. F2 is starting right now with myself. Be sure to join in.